Unbelievable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark our champions! Good up, Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Temple Sports Complex for the Delaware River Conference Finals. We have a match set for the Westchester Predators versus Alloy SC here for the conference final. Kickoff will begin at 6 p.m. Eastern. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the moment you've all been waiting for, 9 months in the making. It is now time for the Delaware River Conference Finals. We are here at the Temple Sports Complex for a contest between first place squad Westchester Predators in white and second place squad Alloy SC in green. Both of these teams lethal throughout the entire season, with Westchester with 17 wins and Alloy SC with 16 victories. Both of these teams closely contested. The winner of this contest will go to the APSL National Championship Tournament to face the winners of the other 3 divisions to see who will be crowned the APSL National Champions. However, the winner of this game will be crowned the Delaware River Conference Champion and receive a trophy. We will have a trophy presentation after this contest is all said and done. Today, we have the newcomers, now household names, and that is the Westchester Predators in white and the veterans, Alloy SC, in second place. No matter who scores today, it will be an historic moment, as neither of these squads have been crowned champion. This is Westchester Predators' first time ever in the APSL, and they have absolutely dominated the competition. Expectation is for them to continue to do so in this match today. However, Alloy SC will have something to do about it. The last time these two teams met was in late March, was a 8-1 victory for the Westchester Predators. It's been a long time since then, though. So Alloy in a good sense of form, good momentum at their back as well. They know what it takes to beat such a squad. It always seemed destined that these two would clash for the conference title. And this is where it all comes to a head. We do have a slight breeze here today. The rain has subsided. The breeze is whipping just a bit from the west to the east. So these players are going to have to track the ball movements as we get this one underway. Looks like Westchester will start with the ball. We have Captain Ridge Robinson, number 10, there in the center circle. Ayubi Mohu, number 9 here, a lethal striker. Anytime he gets the ball at his feet, you better be careful, because he's going to slot it into the back of the net. The tactic for Westchester is usually to wear down the opposition through possession. They'll swing the ball left to right, move it in the middle, move it back, keep you chasing the ball until you're too tired to get back to your position, your form, your shape has extended, and then they strike. Right now, it's Axman. He swings it over to Joe McDade. Joe McDade plays on a number of different leagues, or clubs rather, for Westchester, mainly the USL 2 squad. Axman, he's looking for a long ball through and does find it. It's Malor. He goes for an early cross in. It's a one-time from Ridge. Ridge, though, offsides on that darting run to the center spot. And that is exactly that change of pace that we were talking about from the Westchester Predators. How quickly they move it left to right. A nice long ball through and then immediately into the danger area for someone to pounce. Alloy SC, they cannot fall asleep here early on. They cannot go down early on if they want to stay in this contest. Axman tries to win that header, but flicks it back to Joe McDade. We will have Andrew Cook in goal here for Westchester. He will be clad in orange. Mohu goes central. Weaving into traffic is El Cajun, number 6. Another long ball over the top here for Axman. A couple of runners in white. Ridge thought about trapping it, but let it go. Puts it out wide to Malor. He now cuts in. That one gets poked away from him, however. Finally, looks like Alloy SC will have a bit of possession. Well worked through the triangles. Another part, though, of the Predators game is a congested midfield. So you think it's going to be open as soon as you put the ball in the mixer. Crunch. Tackle away, and you give up possession. El Cajun swings it out wide. It's Westchester's turn. They loop it into the box, and it's another offsides call. That could have been a very inviting ball, but the AR, his flag goes up. For the side of Alloy SC, there are a couple of danger players, mainly Josiah Ramirez. He's number 7 in green here. You can see him right at the bottom of the center circle. He has 12 goals on the season. He's their danger man. Andrew Cook called in the action here. He sends that one into the rafters. That's going down a back alleyway. Notably, Alloy SC is missing Ryan Butler. He was suspended after receiving a red card for a dangerous tackle on goalie St. Paul of Philadelphia SC. We covered that one, legendary producer and cameraman Nick Krause and I, at Lancaster Bible College just a few weeks ago. Cook will handle this one. And he'll look to get us restarted here. It's with Axman. to Joe McDade. El Cajun. Folks, I almost forgot to mention that I'm Phil Boda, and today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag, the Air Case. The Air Case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game in Frame community an exclusive discount, so scan the QR code now to get 10% off your Air Case purchase. Remember, keep it fresh. Danny Rowe, he gets a little bit of a breather for his squad, puts it into some space. That's Micah Hostetter. He swings it now. This is Derek Ramirez. Puts it centrally. Joe with a good, or Jack rather, the brother, with a good step there in the center of the pitch. Here's Malor. That slips off his boot. A foul though, a Mohu. Westchester Predators usually run a 4-2-3-1. Looks like that is what they'll be going for here with Jack McDade and El Cajun as the two central defensive midfielders. Danny Rowe, well worked in the center of the park. He finds a friend, and they move it out wide once again. Hostetter. Rowe tries to turn with it. The ball just still a little bit slick. We did have some rain descend upon the turf pre-match. And those little water droplets will stick upon the turf. Get onto the ball. Here's Danny Rowe with it. He sends it to Josiah Ramirez. He gets that one plucked away. Axman directing traffic. El Cajun considering. Finds Malor. Swing it over to Joe. Here's Jack now. He gets that one popped away from Josiah with a one-time touch. Unfortunate and on-running Mateo Aldaleta. Just didn't have the legs to get onto that one. We know with the pitch, the ball runs quickly. So you're going to have to keep a leg up to get to that. Axman goes for another long ball to the opposite side. Finds an on-running Mike Tadites. That one, though, handled nicely. LSC, though, now deep in their own defensive third. They're being pressed in here, squished in the pressure cooker. Mike Tadites, though, uses his body well to get to the center spot. It is one to knock it away. Now Alloy, could they have attempt to break? A good step there from Malor, and he got all ball with that one. He's now running through. He has a crack! Oh my goodness. A bodacious attempt there from the outside back. You thought for a moment it was going in. Here's Kiefer. The goalkeeper for today will be Caden Mullen for the side of Alloy SC. Step there from Axman. He got scraped down the side of the cleat. The attack keeps running here. The play now has come to a halt as the center official has called the play dead. Do see number 14 here, Alloy SC in green. That is Luke Knoll. Be looking to get into the attack. Number 19, Thomas Kaplan, the large center forward in the center spot. They're going to be looking to play off of him. He'll be sort of like a rebound machine, right? Tap it into him, lay it off to Knoll or Josiah Ramirez, and they can have a crack from range. Here's Kiefer. To Mullen. Hostetter. He pings it up. A missed touch there, but now it's Kaplan. Alloy working it well up the pitch here. Finally clogged up. As soon as they try to go to the middle, that is where the trap is sprung here by the Predators, and they'll steal it away. Here's Jack McDade. Mohu made an attempted run, thought better of it. Malor. Axman once more. He swings it across. There's some space now. As a unit, the Predators move. Kiefer with a diving attempt. He does so well. Josiah has it. Barely keeps it for his squad there. And that is Adaleta, number 25. Mullen called into action once more. That might be a tough one to handle for Derek Ramirez, but he does well. Kiefer. Josiah. His first touch almost let him down, but he gets it to Derek. Here's Null. Goes centrally now. Adaleta. He looks to swing it, and he is on sides. That is Dunina. We know how much pace he has. Kaplan could have a shot from range. He wheels around one. It falls nicely, but Malor is there to cut out the danger. Dunina works the rightward channel extremely well. Has a ton of pace. Here's Null has a go. And that one blocked out from Axman. I'll say that's one shot apiece here for both of these squads so far. This will be the first corner of the match, and that one will go for Alloy SC. Looks like Derek Ramirez will be the one to get this set piece started. He swings that, an outward one. A nice ball in, Duina! He flicks that goalward, but it always was going wide. Rooted to the spot, though, was Cook for just an instant. A threatening set piece from the side in green. Axman to play it out of the back. Here's Joe McDade. He's looking for a friend. Might find his brother. There's a check-in and check-out. They work it once again to this leftward side. They cross it in the middle. There's Mohu. That one cut out expertly by Kiefer. Can he keep it in, though? He does. Definitely couldn't give that away. Here's Adaleta. Might have gone for an overhead kick. Thought the better of it. Nice ping-pong ricocheting ball here in the middle. Josiah brings that down neatly. Here's Null. Can he work by Axman? A stalwart defender. He finds Josiah. That one off the mark. Ridge Robinson there to chase it down. Goes up against Derek Ramirez. That one, though, he runs out of space. And that one down. This will be a throw to White. Malor. Talcahun. Some words between Ridge Robinson and center referee about what is the yellow, what is not. After there was a jersey tug, Duina intercepting that one. Adaleta now could break his side. Oh. The foul was called. You would think that Westchester may have come up with that one. That is Ascoli, number 8 for Westchester. He almost plucked that one away, stole the cookies right out from under Alloy SC. Ascoli right here. At a quick turn of the ball, got a couple of chasing members. That is Mike Tedites streaming down the side. He is a USL 2 player. He does, though, commit the foul in the corner. Folks, this front three for the side of Westchester Predators, my goodness, ones to look out for. I mean, you have the captain, Ridge Robinson, the leading goal scorer here, and he has, well, let's see, it is 23 goals on the season so far. He's a magnet for the back of the net. And then Mohu as well with 14 goals, 5 assists. He also has 2 goals in the US, or 3 goals in the USL too, so 17 across all competitions. My lord. He's holding it on to it now. Finds Jack McDade. And they're moving up as a unit here, the Predators. Kaplan makes his move. And that does enough for the Predators to give up the ball. Now they're trying to release Duina on the side, and look at the pace. A huge challenge from Joe McDade. He chopped in like a scissor. He cut Duina down, and he will receive a yellow card, but he had to do it. Duina was beyond him. That's the sort of danger that Alloy SC has. They have the counterattack in their veins. You can see it there. Joe McDade will have to be careful now, as we are only in the 15th minute. Still plenty of match to go. He's on a yellow, a dangerous free kick area here. That will be Daniel O'Sullivan standing over it. He raises an arm. That's an in-swinging ball to the back post. And it's Joe who clears it, but it's Derek who has a shot. That one batted away. Danny Rowe to bring that down. But it's Ascioli to push it out of bounds. And still remains, though, with Westchester Predators. Malor, taking his time to pick this one up, knows he needs to calm his team down. They need to reset their shape. Ridge checked in, tried to push it off to Mohu, was able to find him. It'll be Derek Ramirez to get us back in play. He has Josiah checking in. That's who we'll find. Mohu getting in between that phone call. Nice poke away there from Derek. Danny Rowe uses his body nicely, puts it back to Mullen. He's going to find a friend and does so in Hostetter. Jack McDade, though, giving chase. Hostetter has to boot that one away, and so he does. Josiah now. Excellent with the ball at his feet is Josiah Ramirez. A nice slip ball through from Danny Rowe. It's Luke Nall. Can he do something with it? He pushes it back out to Danny. He's going to have a shot. It's more of a cross to Kaplan, trying to find the big man. Can't do it. Adaleta, though, nods it down. It's Joe McDade to clean up the mess. O'Sullivan. Adaleta twisting and turning. Forces that one to be misplayed, and out of bounds it goes. Duina, the spark plug. He moves it centrally. The let is there. The shot from Ramirez. That one a sliding effort. Desperate defense from the Predators. A crash of legs, and it's Mohu who will swing it out to Tadites. A beautiful handle there from the winger. Mohu with his arms up, pleading for the ball to find his way. Now Axman finds him, but Derek Ramirez snuffed him out. A frustrated kick from Mohu on that. Malor. El Cajon. Still moving down the channel nicely. Tadites here could have a cross in. He does so early. The fling! Oh, Mohu! He couldn't wrap his foot all the way around it. That was definitely a difficult ball. You can see the wind kind of changing its trajectory midair. He had to track that one down. Got a shot off, but not the shot he wanted. We do have number 11, Charles Wilson for Westchester Predators. He is their left outside back. He's working the channel well with Mike Tadites on that play. Mullins to put us back in. Kaplan rising. Hard to beat Jack McDade in the air. Kiefer finds Danny Rowe. He slips back by a couple. Josiah to Derek Ramirez. He's moving forward in space. He moves essentially. Danny Rowe is just a smidge ahead of him. And the McDade brothers work in tandem to spring the counterattack. Mike Tadites to receive this one. We know he's got the skill. Dropped on a dime was that. He slots it centrally. Tries to find the on-running. Mohu couldn't get there. Josiah now. He doesn't look to slow things down for even an instant. He sends Duina running. But the angle Joe McDade had, and so he gets the ball. This has been a back and forth affair between the two squads. So far, the sides still level. You can feel the tension building, though. The powder being added to the keg. Could be one tackle, one shot on. I could blow this game wide open. Here's Ridge Robinson. He's working against Hostetter. Jack McDade to Ridge Robinson. This is not normally where you find him. He wants to be in the box, creating some havoc. He intelligently puts it back to El Cajon. Find Mike Tadites. He might have a cross from here. Elects to go more centrally, though, to Malort. Patience here from the Predators, trying to move the compact shape of the side in green. Here's Charles Wilson. He tries to find a central passage. Ridge Robinson, his first touch, let him down there. O'Sullivan finds Kaplan. The big man has to hold up play. He's got to do it well, but Joe McDade even better. Still the ball remains in play. Hostetter swings it back to Kiefer, puts him in a tough position, but he does so well. Derek now. He clips that one over and finds Luke Nall. He wiggles by 2. Here's Josiah. The one-touch passing, that is how you're going to beat the Predators in the midfield. That one, not the right pass there from Danny Rowe, but the right tackle as he pushes that one out of bounds. Westchester on the ball once more. Rain now has returned, much to cameraman producer Nick's dismay, but we'll hold on to that as Mohu, he's dribbling into the box. He could have a crack from here. He does! It tops over one, and it goes into the back of the net. Complaints here from Alloy SC saying that was a handball from Mohu. We know he's going to be looking for that shot each and every time, and he strikes true, puts his side up 1-0. The pleas for handball, unfortunately, fall on deaf ears. We don't have VAR. We don't have semi-automated offsides. We don't have goal line technology out here in Central Philadelphia. Center referee talking with the manager of Alloy SC. Fortunately, it's how do you take that one off the board, whether it was or wasn't. Alloy, this is where their mental has to be strong. Sullivan to Danny Rowe. Tries to find Duina, the spark plug over there on the right side. Here's Axman. Back and forth between Axman and Malor. Just to extend the shape, you can see that forced Josiah Ramirez to leave the central circle, try to pressure the ball just a little bit, and now it's opened it up. It's Mike Tedites. Gets stood up there by Danny Rowe. Well done. O'Sullivan. Hostetter in a really tough spot. Goes to Mullen. That was a fortunate clear for him. Finds Derek Ramirez in tons of space. How can he clap back? Nall goes centrally to Danny Rowe. He might get crunched by 2. He gets the ball away from him. El Calhoun was all over Josiah Ramirez. He starts this one quickly. Finds O'Sullivan. He goes for an early cross. Kaplan, this is his time! You can see how elevated he got to connect onto that one. He has every right to go for that ball. So does Andrew Cook. That seems to be the win condition here for the side in green. Find the big man in the air. Malort. Taxman. Nice ball over the top. Mullins, he was off his line. He might have to play it with his feet, and he does. He thought that was going to drop into the box for him. The ball did no such thing, but he had to be off his line, and he was. Malort finds Ridge Robinson. That ball just a little too far ahead of him. Mohu once again. He gets that one cut away from him. A nice step there from Joe McDade. Even better from Alloy SC. That ball over the top there to try to find Duina. You'd think you'd rather do ahead of him instead of behind him. He still is able to get there. The man with the fastest legs on the pitch. Kaplan. He looks to change the pace of play. It's Luke Nall on his horse. He might not have the pace to get there. Unfortunately, the ball rolls out of bounds. Andrew Cook, the long, lonely walk to retrieve that one. And as he does, we do have one game to tease, folks. We have later this evening, Polina SC versus NY International FC at 9 p.m. Eastern as part of the Cosmopolitan Soccer League Division I, and that will be a finals match. So continue this finals Sunday here on Game and Frame. Still the Predators maintain possession. Ridge trying to poke that one on. Mohu, though, wasn't privy to that information. Lets that one slide. Here's Derek to Josiah. Nice back heel. Malor cuts that one away. Mohu, once again, he's going to look to move centrally, easily around Kiefer. Beyond Derek, he has a crack. That one blocked. Ridge resets it for his squad. Here's Joe McDade. Mohu, he's going to be looking for goal each and every time. You have to stand up against him. The ball in centrally, knotted down, and away from Kiefer it goes. El Calhoun, the first to get there. Still, it remains with the Predators, and still, the level of focus must be maintained from Alloy SC. Wilson, he gets crunched in between two. Kaplan comes away with it. He sends Josiah wide. There's only one man ahead of him. Lays it off to O'Sullivan. And he gets it right back. The give and go worked sublimely there. Kaplan, the top of the box. Works well against one, but falls against two. No foul there. It's Muho. He has Mike Tadites running on the far side. Finds him neatly. Hostetter there to track him down. It's a one-on-one situation. Tadites to the top of the box. Tadites. He goes for a little Cruyff. That one, though, petered out. Claims for a foul in the mixer there. Tadites receives the ball once more. El Calhoun. Tadites. Josiah had to do something desperate to get the ball back for his side. He does just enough, because in the end, his team comes up with it. Danny Rowe. Here's Luke Nall. Cries for settled the ball. Let's have some of the possession here. Let's work our angle. Let's work our shape. Derek maybe didn't get the message. He tries to spring Kaplan free. The ball off the mark. Joe McDade. To Charles Wilson. Here now is El Calhoun. Ascioli. To Mike Tadites. Oh, that's a nice slip ball through here to Jack McDade. He easily one-times it. A massive chest there from Kiefer, though, to cut out the danger. Hostetter. Duina. Those two collide and fall to the turf. It is still a little bit slick out there, folks. So you mentioned the rain now, just spitting a little bit. Caused some slick conditions, a change of field. Derek was calling for it, but the pressure from Malor made him hesitate for just an instant. Here's Jack McDade. Space here for Charles Wilson. Once again, the Predators move up as a unit, finding Mohu in a nice patch of green. He goes for an early cross. Ridge Robinson leaping. Couldn't get there. Not enough bunnies in the sneakers. He is in his 30s after all. Ridge doing it is ever so well. Try to get on that. Ramirez now. To Danny Rowe. Kiefer. What can Luke Nall do? Plenty of green shirts ahead of Danny Rowe. Finds Luke Knoll in a central position. Has to go beyond Jack McDade. He thought about a shot, but swings it wide. O'Sullivan gets to it just barely. Can he have enough space for a cross? He does to the center. It's Kaplan. Once again, he rises. Duina. And on the way down, it looks like Duina may have hacked at the legs of some Predator players, and a foul will be called. But that's what we want to see from the away side. Referees converging here for just a minute. Also looks like a substitution will be had. Maybe it's Ridge Robinson. His day might be done. He is going to get a drink there. Curious as to the call here from the referees. I didn't hear any lightning, didn't see, or see any lightning, hear any thunder, ladies and gentlemen, so we're not stopping for that. It's not hot enough to have a water break. I don't see any players down. El Calhoun is just tying his shoe there. Oh, it is Mohu on the opposite side of the pitch. He is grabbing at that left hamstring. That could be a devastating injury. Such a fantastic player. You got a glimpse of it there, ladies and gentlemen, just how quick he is on the ball, how snap that shot can be. Like we said, the turf is slippery. The track even more so. If he backpedaled for an instant, he could have slipped. Cleats don't mesh so well with the track. Mohu, like we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, he now has 15 goals in the APSL and 4 assists and 3 goals in the USL 2 for Westchester United Soccer Club. This would be a devastating injury for all teammates involved. I mean, they do have a USL 2 game this coming Tuesday. They desperately need him if they want to remain on top in their division. Hopefully he'll be okay. Hopefully he just needs some rest and a little bit of stretch. We do have athletic trainer on site here for our Delaware River Conference final match. They're going to take good care of Mohu and hopefully see him back very soon. We'll have to see who the substitute will be for Mohu. He's done his job. His team is up 1-0 here in the finals. That could be the difference maker. That could be the ticket for Westchester to win their first ever APSL trophy. But you feel like there's a lot more still left to come in this one. Substitute has entered the match. I believe that is number 18. That will be Ryan Knoll. Hofstetter tried to track that one in the air, eventually does so. And the sportsmanlike thing is just to restart it in your opponent's half after an injury, and we do that. Kiefer to Danny Rowe once more. Hofstetter had to do something with that one. Gets a noggin to it. Luke Knoll lays it off to Danny Rowe, and they give and go well. Now, can he get around Naxman? Turns inside. He's going for a full-on switch. That one way ahead of Duina. Charles Wilson there to push that one out of bounds. Ryan Knoll, number 18, the substitute there for Mohu, has 3 goals on the season in the APSL. You can basically list any member of the side in white, but right now a goal could be on. Andrew Cook handled that one nicely. That'll be another shot for the away side. You could say for Westchester, any player you call will have some stat line behind it. Everybody has an opportunity to score on this side. McDade. Goes centrally to Ridge Robinson. Works against Adaleta, skips by him. That's the wisdom of the veteran. A nice give and go. The layoff there to the center of the box. That one had to be blocked. Still the danger mounting. Westchester. Ridge trying to work it out. Charles Wilson comes to his aid. That's a massive block there from Hofstetter. This will be the first corner of the match for Westchester United, or Westchester Predators. Last we broadcasted Alloy SC, we actually interviewed Micah Hofstetter. Very grateful lad, very appreciative of all that we do here at Game and Frame, and we appreciate you, the viewers, for helping us spread the good word of grassroots soccer. We have the corner now from Mike Tedites. He swings that one into the near port. It's Micah! Oh, it slipped beyond him and slipped beyond Mullins as well. He tried to jump to catch that, but wasn't able to handle. Fortunately, didn't go in the back of the net. Kiefer. Ramirez. Luke Nall holding off a challenge or two. Finds Ramirez once more. The press was good there from Westchester, but they now alleviate the pressure a little bit and allow Alloy SC to work around the back because they know they can't go forward. That midfield just clogged up. It's like being on 76 in Philadelphia. You're not moving an inch. Forces the switch, maybe trying to find Duina. It's Adaleta, though, who rises up. And it's another flying challenge from Charles Wilson. He staves off the danger for now. Duina just a little slow to get up there. Might have a turf bit in the eye. He's able to shake that one off, fortunately, and continue on. Kaplan, the big man, turning into traffic. He receives it back from Duina. He moves it centrally. There's so many feet there to block that one. Ridge Robinson to bring it down. He looks for a friend and finds it in Aschioli. A huge tackle from Adaleta, but still, somehow it remains with Westchester Mike Tedites. He's weaving a step over into the box. Tries to get beyond O'Sullivan. Shot clatters off the post, clatters off and on running Ryan Knoll. And that will go out for a goal kick. Axman might not be wearing the armband, but definitely commanding the troops from the back. He has a good feel of the battlefield. Ramirez tries to unleash O'Sullivan. That ball just beyond him. Tedites. Duina flying around, just flinging his body. It's the finals. You can do whatever you can to win. Kaplan. Once again, just beyond O'Sullivan. He screams in frustration. He knows he's there. He knows he can get beyond the defensive line. He just needs to get the ball to his feet. Folks, Game and Frame, we have our Goal of the Month for May competition going on currently. You can head over to Game in Frame on Instagram and vote for your favorite goal. The winner will receive an air case, sponsored by, of course, Salt Athletic. During our halftime presentation, we will be presenting all of those highlights and goals. And then you can head over to Instagram to vote for your favorite one. Ryan Knoll now, he gets a touch on the ball. Ramirez, he shoves him into the dirt. Lucky a card didn't come out of the pocket there from the referee, especially with how much Ramirez has been chirping in his ear. When you're on that watch list, get those cards a little bit more quickly than you would imagine. But yes, a foul nonetheless, in a dangerous spot now here for Westchester. The wind, ladies and gentlemen, is going from the left side of the pitch to the right side of the pitch, west to east. See if that might impact the flight of this ball. Ryan Knoll over it. It'll be Al Cahoon to take it. He goes right for goal. That one easily handled from Mullen. We'll chalk that up as his first save of the day. Here's Hostetter. To Danny Rowe. He moves it forward to Adaleta. Once again, those passes, if you're going to put them in the midfield, need to be pinpoint. Luke Knoll using his body well, and a foul will be called. Ramirez to Knoll. Danny Rowe barely saving that, but doing well to get it back to his defensive line. Seems like Ramirez on this side, number 8, just kind of is putting into space and hoping somebody can get there. That's kind of the position the Westchester Predators put you in when they close you down. A massive switch there from Hostetter. Malor mishandles that one in the air, and he'll go out for an Alloy SC throw. We are in the 41st minute of the first half of the Delaware River Conference Final. We imagined there would be some extra time in this one after an unfortunate muscle injury to Ayubi Mohu. Ramirez doing well to turn that. He moves it to Danny Rowe. Finds O'Sullivan. Back to Danny Rowe. That one, once again, off the mark. There's also another player missing for the side in green, and that is Meluko Letsoalo, aka Luca. He's a true fan favorite, especially at their home stadium. All the crowds love him. It's an unfortunate miss for him today in this Delaware River Conference Final. Malor. Ryan Knoll. Calm on the ball for the Westchester Predators, and they were well worked in a tight corridor. Char Wilson now with some space. El Cahoon tried to give it back to him. That one got shut down, and he puts in a huge challenge. It's a strong whistle. And El Cahoon will receive a yellow card, the second rather, for Westchester. Hostetter, we know he's got the leg in him. He's got to find the right target. Center referee telling Coach Blaze he needs to settle down. He's got a handle on this game. Let him do his job. Of course, Coach Blaze is always going to stand up for his players in every given situation. That's what makes him a great coach. Ridge Robinson trying to go for a scorpion kick. Got to be careful not to hurt himself in this one. Hostetter. Josiah. Hostetter once more. Ramirez, a ton of space over here in the left side. Can they find him, though? It's a tough pass to make. Josiah, nice fancy footwork from him. He gives Adaleta something to think about. And he goes right around Charles Wilson. Well done. He can move this into the box. Could have a shot on. He has a shot on! The angle too tight for Adaleta. That one out of bounds. That's 4 shots by my tally here for the side in green. Josiah, like we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, that is the player to watch. Number 7 with the pink cleats and the white sleeves. He's going to be the one navigating the ship, dictating the tempo here for Alloy SC. He's like the quarterback, right? He's going to one to put in the good pass. Malord nods that one on. Is there a runner there to get the invite? Ramirez to Kiefer. Lays it off to Mullen. Calmly done from the keeper. Calmly done for the entire back line. They might give it up here, and they do. Still they hustle. Well done there from Luke Knoll to keep possession. Swinging on. And now they can release here, the side in green. They go for a long pass upward. Dewina, we know he's got the legs. We know Joe can't make the challenge. And it had to be a very tactful challenge from Joe McDade. And he does so well. That's another win condition or another crack in the armor that Alloy can exploit. They know Joe McDade has a yellow card. Keep forcing the issue there, forcing the pace of Dewina to really press on him. And he'll make an error eventually. He's not infallible. He may be very good. But the more you keep pressing him, the odds will be in your favor. They just have to keep working that side. It's very tough, though, to move through this congested midfield. Hostetter to Kiefer. Derek Ramirez. He's looking for a friend. Josiah. O'Sullivan. He might go for an early cross. Kaplan releases. Oh, Josiah, he thought about it, but maybe Danny Rowe called him off. Ramirez. A nice challenge from him. A double challenge slide from Ramirez. He's feeling himself now. That's number 8, Derek Ramirez. Did well to keep possession for his side. Here's Hostetter. He's looking to switch. That ball might be perfect. Stuck like glue to the foot of Ramirez. He moves it centrally. Just not accurate enough to find Null. Now a counterattack could be on for the Westchester Predators. And they force it back to the defensive line. We are beyond the 45 minutes of regulation, folks. We knew we were going to have some extra time. It's just about how much. There's no fourth official with a sign telling us so. We just have to go off the referee whistle. By my account, probably about 5 minutes or so. Axman here. He goes centrally with it. Hostetter, just a dangling leg, but it's Ridge Robinson. He's got power behind these shots. A huge sliding challenge. Pushes the ball away. Hostetter doing well on that. Kiefer, the one to close him down. Josiah Ramirez to Danny Rowe. I believe there was a slight foul there being called. Still remains, though, with the away side in green. Now the wind is picking up, whistling in my ears here. Dewina, he picks up the pace as well. O'Sullivan finds Adeletta. Now it's a chance for Ascioli to do something. Looks for Mike Tedites. Was unable to find him. The rain as well picked up here. Josiah tries to slip that one through. That one broken up. El Cajon shoves off one challenge. Shoves off another. He's running with it. Skips by a couple. Now he's tired. He's got to find a friend. Couldn't find anybody. It's Danny Rowe. Gets his body in front. And the foul is called. An intelligent play there from Danny Rowe. Knew he had the positioning. Knew he was going to take a hip check. But he wins the ball for his side. Kiefer. O'Sullivan goes for another long ball. Joe McDade. That's what he's there for, to win those aerial battles. Here's Jack McDade. He goes all the way back to Cook. He just has to hack at it. And that will be that. 45 minutes said and done. 45 minutes left to go. As a reminder, folks, stick around for our halftime presentations. We'll be showing the goals of the month for May right here on Game and Frame.
1-0 lead. Gianna Paul is going to go for a long-range shot. Oh my word! It's astonishing! Explosive! Unreal! Gianna Paul!
Back out wide. The step down Monarchs looking for the opening goal! Goal! Out
similar spot just barely earlier in the half. Zielonka, same setup, 2-1. Zielonka goes straight in. He beats Fontes to the near post. And Hudson Valley Hammers in the last few minutes have flipped the score and now lead by 1. It's 2-1.
Had to do better with the pressure. Nice. Flicks it back. Lovely. And away he goes at pace. For Song. No, it's for Knight. Does he find Song? Yes, he does in the middle. Song alone and rolls it ever so gently past Meta. Tremendous link-up play from CPR, who string passes together like beads on a friendship bracelet. And the resulting finish, blink and you'd miss it, but just so sweet, so nice.
To get the ball away from danger for the moment. But the Lions can come with a shot's taken, and it's in the back of the net. What a finish! From nothing! What a goal! A loose pass sees the ball fall to the New Jackson Lions midfielder.
Despite being pressed by 2, it was as calm and cool as ever. And she already has 1 goal to her name. Oh, it's a second from outside the 18-yard box. Goal! Brooklyn City!
Weaver with the recovery run, pokes it, waiting for the advantage to goal, and it's a goal! A long-range ripper! Number 23, substitute Yoder, puts the home side up, yet another goal.
Ryan Yeko driving up towards Saramago. That's clever. Ryan Saramago specs a shot. Oh my word! It's an absolute worldie by Captain Fantastic. The Tomcats are in the lead again. Audacious. Stupendous.
And this is Mika back to Rio once again. Rio takes a long shot, and Rio, what a goal! From as far as you can see, what a banger to beat Mejia's post. And Red Hook have tied things up.
Bardic, they know what it means. They know they need these 3 points. Bardic's shot is in the back of the net! Jenny Bardic at number 31! He grabbed the ball almost 30 yards out and he slams it into the back of the net!
Mira even, excuse me. Big turning Mira, letting fly, decently caught. Spectacular equaliser for New Haven. A rocket from Gilhame Mira.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Temple Sports Complex for the Delaware River Conference Final between Westchester Predators in white and Alloy SC in green. Currently, Westchester, they're up 1-0 after a controversial goal by Ayobi Mohu. Could have been a possible handball that allowed him to control and move into the box for the shot. Fortunately, no VAR or anything like that, so the goal stands. And that is where we were at. Either way, it's a historic moment for either of these squads. However this ends, neither have lifted the trophy for the Delaware River Conference. And additionally, neither have been to the APSL National Conference or National Tournament to play against the winners of the other conferences in this league. Let's see if there's been any tactical changes between the managers. See if any of the super subs can come off the bench and make a difference in this one. It's been a very closely knit affair. Been back and forth from both sides. For Alloy, their win condition seems straightforward. Find Josiah Ramirez, number 7, and hopefully he can weave a pass to get to Kaplan. But right now, a looping ball over, and it's Null. He was kind of just trying to steady himself, put his hand on Axman there. They both went tumbling to the turf. But the win condition, get it to Josiah, try to find Kaplan, the rising center forward, hopefully get in the back of the net. Whereas Westchester, goals can come from any player on the pitch. Everybody at least has one under their belt. Here's Joe McDade. He moves that, and Micah Hostetter brings it down for Danny Rowe. Here's Derek Ramirez. He was looking to get into the attack. Had great defensive tackles, but I feel like he wants to be more on the ball beyond the halfway mark than behind it. Here's O'Sullivan. Kiefer. Also in that first half, the goal scorer, Mohu, did leave with an injury. I believe it's probably, he was holding the back of his leg, so probably a hamstring of all things. And it's number 18, Ryan Knoll, right there, who came on for him. He coughs that one up. It's Kaplan. Oh, tries to toe poke it around. Couldn't get there, but still, fortunately, it falls here for Micah Hostetter. Kiefer. Derek Ramirez. There have been some shots on for both of these squads. Neither keeper really tested. The shots that have made their way through the traffic kind of petered out in the end. Both goalies were able to just scoop them up without making anything too acrobatic or too showman-like. So I'm looking for, in this one, if we can test the goalkeepers just a little bit more. The wind is whipping from the west to the east, so the far side of the pitch to the near side of the pitch. Players will have to keep good track of that. We do have 2 yellow cards for the side of Westchester Predators. One on Joe McDade and one on El Cahoon. Right now it's Mike Dites. He gives chase to this one. Kiefer tries to close him down. The early cross in. The shot! Whew! Or the early cross, rather. Excuse me. A couple sliding legs. You have to be very careful if you're a defender because you can just easily direct that into the back of the net. And it will be a Westchester throw after all said and done. Ascioli to El Cahoon. He's got that one of those yellow cards. Axman. Malloy. He goes for an early cross, tries to find Ridge Robinson. Wilson. Adaleta. Duina. He was always being shadowed by Charles Wilson. Now it's Mike Dites. He has a go for range. That one closed down by Hofstetter. Mullins off. Can he get it through? Ridge Robinson! He works it into the back of the net. And the man with the golden boot scores once again. Mullins ran off his line, the goalkeeper, tried to track that one on the 6-yard line. But Westchester were able to move it beyond him, and then he was caught in no man's land, and it was an easy push to the back of the net for Ridge Robinson. That is his 24th goal on the season. He has 5 assists as well. The wily veteran getting it done once again. The deficit now increases here for the side in green. They're down 2-0 at the start of this second half. That was an assist by Charles Wilson as well. He was able to find his captain in a fortuitous spot. Increase the score once again. Malord, he gets pushed to the turf. That'll be a free kick, Westchester. And folks, it's a pleasure to bring this wonderful game to you. I'm Phil Boda, and always by my side is the wonderful cameraman producer Nick Krause. We're out here in the wind, the rain, the sun, the shine, whatever it is, to bring you all this grassroots action. Wilson trying to find the captain once again. Ryan Knoll there to pick up the pieces. And it's Jack McDade! That one parried away by Mullen. That's the kind of goalkeeping I want to see. That was a good shot on. That'll be the 5th shot, at least by my accounts, there for Westchester. Will go out for a corner, the second one of the match for the side in white. Mike Tedites is the one to stand over it. A USL 2 player for Westchester United Soccer Club. Let's see what he can do on the ball. That's a looping one to the back post and in swing. Mullins there to punch it. And he punches it over. That one slipped right off the gloves. Wow, a corner now from the other side. It'll be El Cajon to take this one. El Cajon, also a USL 2 player. The in-swinging ball is good. Axman nods it down. Ryan Knoll was on the post, but I think he blocked it more than redirected it in. He left it on the platter for Mullins to scoop it up. He tries to spring Duina free. But that really just sends it back to the Westchester Predators. El Cajon is a USL 2 player as well, has 1 goal in the USL 2. Is that center defensive midfielder. Here's Malor. Tedites. Ascioli. Taxman. He tries to find Tedites there on the channel once again, but that one slipped off his boot and went out of bounds. Derek Ramirez has the ball in his hands now. He'll get us restarted. Adaleta. Tostetter. Wilson, the first to it. Knoll, a nice spin around, but got his heels nicked at by Duina. The foul's called. Quick restart, Ascioli. Malor. Nice piece of skill from the defender. That's a big challenge. The ball, though, last touched off of Ramirez and out of bounds. Folks, as always, today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag, the Aircase. The Aircase uses antimicrobial technology to block smell for making for odor-free car rides and houses. Scan that QR code now to get 10% off your next Aircase purchase. Danny Rowe trying to clear his lines, but ends up pegging Adaleta in the quad. That one goes out of bounds. Axman to Malord. Finds himself in the offensive third. Here's Jack McDade. Nice back heel to the top of the box. Here's Ridge Robinson. We know he's got the leg in him. He weaves into the box, though. Derek Ramirez puts his body on, and the foul is called. Let's see, maybe a little light on the foul there, but Derek Ramirez does well. Puts his body on the line for club. Hostetter. Josiah. Hostetter surveying the land. Trying to will his team forward. Finds Danny Rowe. Josiah to Kiefer. Alloy trying to move up as a unit. Duina. But it's very difficult. You can see how the Predators are just moving one at a time. I go. All right, now you go. They just kind of yo-yo back and forth. The ball over the top. But Joe McDade is there. As Chioli. A nice ball to Ryan Knoll. Hostetter does well, though. Just pick it away from him. There it is. The foul finally called. The fans on my rightward side willing their team forward. Alloy SC, they can feel there's a goal in here for them. They're not down and out of this one yet. Kiefer to Luke Knoll. He moves around a challenge. He goes out wide to send Josiah. He's able to get there first, working against El Cajon. Here's Derek Ramirez. He goes for the early cross to the back post. Duina is there. Duina! Unfortunate for the winger, but a beautiful ball in from Derek Ramirez. Just pinged off the post and fortunately fell into the waiting arms of Andrew Cook. He's breathing a sigh of relief. You know, you always say the goalkeeper's best friend is the woodwork. That one coming in clutch for him there. To Dietz. Lays it off for Aschioli. He swings it to Charles Wilson. Mullins willing Kaplan forward, saying, keep going, big guy. We need you up there. Hopefully they can make a mistake in the back. Al Cajon. Adaleta. Far up the pitch. Derek Ramirez mistimed that jump and it unleashes Jack McDade. Can he get this centrally back? No, but he does well enough to earn a corner for side. That will be the fourth corner of the evening for the Westchester Predators. Westchesters look dangerous on the corners. They elect to take this one short, though. El Cajon, he goes for an early cross in. Ryan Knoll, the intended target, couldn't to redirect that one. Aschioli makes a man miss. Rich Robinson here goes all the way back here to Cook. Here's Joe McDade. Joe once more. El Cajon was looking for a switch, but it's Ridge now in the middle of the park. Goes back to Axman. You would think as a striker such as Ridge, he'd always want to go forward, but he's intelligent, he's wise, he understands let's keep possession and we'll work our opportunities as they come. Here's Kaplan working against Axman. Now against El Cajon, the big man, doing all that he can for his squad and earns the foul. Mullins, the goalkeeper for Alloy, clapping after that. It's exactly what he wanted to see from his center forward. Here's Danny Rowe. He almost lost that one, but gets it to Hostetter. Kiefer to move up. He's looking for the switch. Wilson slipped. Duina, I believed, was offsides there, elected not to touch it and try to maybe pin Westchester Predators deep in their own third. Charles Wilson. Ridge with a nice flick. Jack gives chase, but Danny Rowe the first to get there. Here's Mullins. To Hostetter. Josiah. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball here in the second half, and they need him on it. Fortunately, Alloy, they give it up in the center circle. Now the counterattack is on. Even numbers forward. Mike to Dietz! that one deflected wide from Mullen. Did wonderfully there to stop that ball. That will be the 5th corner of this contest for the side in white. And it will be El Cajon. Seems to be the kick taker from this opposite side. It was a very dangerous ball. The previous target was Ryan Knoll. Let's see if they look for him again. I think they do. He goes for it. Joe McDade, the first to meet it though, and it's Kaplan trying to fling it outwards. Joe McDade, the defender, but a huge challenge and a huge deflection from Duina. Not always called into defensive duties, but when he does, he's there. Still, the threat levels, code red right here for Alloy SC. They cannot give up another one. They're going to have to remain stalwart here against the onslaught that is the Westchester Predators. Ryan Knoll. He was offsides in that give-and-go exchange, and he gives up possession. Josiah immediately pressured. Mullen. I believe that was Kaplan deep in his own defensive third. Yeah, it was. Maybe he's switched to defense. He has, actually. They moved Kiefer to the left defensive back and put Derek Ramirez in a center defensive position. Like we were talking about at the top of the second half, Derek Ramirez wants to be involved in the attack, and maybe this will allow him to do so. He's a very aggressive player. I think that's what you need when the going gets tough in some of these situations. Here's Kaplan going from offense to defense. Micah. Josiah. Sends Derek Ramirez onward. Could this be a stroke of genius? O'Sullivan now. He faces 2. Josiah Ramirez again. Here's O'Sullivan. He tries to move it on, but only to the feet of El Cajon. He gives up the ball. Here's Tadites. Adaleta now is the center forward for Alloy SC. So a full tactical change from the side in green. During the halftime, we were talking to Commissioner Eric Saxton for the Delaware River Conference, and he noted that the last time these teams met, Alloy was actually down a number of their players and had to call in a third-string goalie a couple of hours right before the match. That's maybe one of the factors that resulted in that 8-1 victory for Westchester. At full strength here, what can they do? So far down 2-0 in this contest. This one for Westchester peters out. Kaplan got a little tripped up there. Has to reshift his focus to a defensive mindset, which can often be difficult. First you're going to, oh, how do I put the ball in the back of the net? How do I keep it out now? So, last time these teams met, a little bit different than in this Delaware River Conference final now. An errant ball there from Kaplan. A nice challenge from Ramirez. He sends it back to the Knights. He has a shot on, and a sliding goal from Ryan Knoll. And that will be the 3rd one of this contest, and the 3rd one for Westchester Predators, 3-0. Kaplan hanging his head now. He knows that one started from him. An unfortunate pass. Can't give anything away for free against this Westchester Predator squad. Looks like we will have a substitution from the side in green. Kaplan. His day is now done. Called to the bench. As the center forward turned defender, Derek Ramirez. Now he hangs his head, knowing that he's been slotted back to the defensive position. The opportunity he had now is gone. Number 23, Ike Hollinger, has now entered the fray. Could he be a difference maker in this one? Josiah. Luke Null finds Ramirez. He can't move it beyond the first line of defense. Null once more. Danny Rowe. Ramirez doing well to step to that challenge. Danny Rowe had some options ahead of him. Adaleta to Josiah. El Cajon with a full head of steam. He did this run once before, cuts it inside. Ridge tries to lay it off to any willing runner. There's nobody on that side. Josiah. Maybe a little bit more quick on the ball Josiah needs to be. Seems like every time he gets it, he's looking to turn gently, but there's always a man at his back as soon as he receives the ball. Dewena now. A fine battle this has been between those two. Tries to lay it off with the ball out of bounds. Folks, we do have some more game in frame finals action later tonight. We have Paulina SC versus NY International FC at 9 p.m. for the Cosmopolitan Soccer League. That's a Division I final match, the one you do not want to miss. Josiah is able to unleash Danny Rowe. He goes for a nice spin move. But he's running out of space here. He needs some support. O'Sullivan is there, but it goes to Dewena. He moves it on to Josiah. He lays it off to Luke Null. Luke Null, they're calling for the shot. Adaleta got to be quicker than that. Ridge now. He's on the counterattack. He has Jack with him as well. He has Tadites running, streaming down that rightward side. There's so many green shirts behind the ball. And still they find Ridge! A massive kick save from Mullins to keep his side maybe in it. That is the kind of goalkeeping we want to see. Still, though, it remains with the Predators. A nice through ball to Ryan Knoll. He gets challenged. He gets tackled. And Mullins gets big. A massive chest. His arms sprayed out. Blocks that one 2 times over the save. Danny Rowe caught between two minds there. Gives over possession. Ridge Robinson, he has to talk to the referee about that one, saying there was a tug on Ryan. His jersey was pulled. He was battered around in the box. Couldn't get the clean shot off. And there, the save was able to be made. Ref saying that's fallen on deaf ears here, friend. Wilson. To Ryan Knoll. Here's Luke Null to Dewena. Josiah, like we said, needs to be a little quicker on the ball. Finds Derek Ramirez. Derek had nowhere to go. Kiefer. O'Sullivan with some space ahead of him. Danny Rowe does well there. Finds Dewena. You can see them probing this rightward side, finding it congested, then moving over to the left. Maybe there's some space here now. Nice slip ball through. Derek Ramirez could have a one-time cross, chops it back. Lays it off to Josiah Ramirez. He has a shot from distance. That one never troubling the keeper. Up and over. That'll be the 6th shot, at least by my tally, for the side in green. Here's Joe McDade. Lays it off to Cook. A looping ball over the top. Ridge Robinson maybe got him right in the nose. The number 14s clatter into each other. It's all well and good, but a yellow card there for Luke Null. That'll be the first one for the side in green. Axman. Ascioli tries to go for the turn, but Danny Rowe was there. Luke Knoll now comes to his aid. Josiah with a great turn. Tries to find Hollinger. That might have been his first touch of the contest. That one let him down. Pocket picked by Mike Tedites. A huge saving challenge from Kiefer, though. Here's Ramirez. Hollinger. Body's just falling everywhere on this slick turf as the rain continues to fall. Alloy, though, they have a little bit of life left in him. Here's Hollinger. Cuts it back to the middle. There's a O'Sullivan. Looping runish. Crack! His balance was never there. His center of gravity off Luke Knoll. And that one just sliced out of bounds. That was a great attacking option for the side of Alloy SC. They worked it well from the left to the right. Just needed a little bit of quality there in the final third. That'll be it for Luke Knoll, number 14. His day is done. The substitute. As soon as I see that number, folks, of course, I'll let you know. That'll be number 30. That's Andrew Cox has entered the match. Ridge Robinson, the flick on. Hostetter, the first to be there. Danny Rowe intelligently let that ride. Here's Andrew Cox's first involvement. O'Sullivan using the opposition as a pass, basically. Dewena skips by a challenge, maintains possession. Here's O'Sullivan. Nice ball through to Josiah. Once again, just doesn't feel like he's in the match. Like his decision making is a step off from what we've seen. Here's Ridge Robinson, though. You know he'll take on a player or two. Leaves it off for Ryan Knoll. Malort. I believe we've had a change on the other side as well. Apologies, folks. We have number 3, Bretlinger, has entered for the side of the Westchester Predators. Usually a outside back. I think he'll be playing that as well. Malort has now moved into a center defensive position. Coach Blaze might be changing tactics, maybe going for 5 at the back here as we enter the latter stages of the second half. Could be protecting this 3-0 lead. Axman, nice shoulder pop there, but only to Josiah. Desperate pass from Josiah Ramirez. That one petering out of bounds. Here's Wilson. He heaves that one on. Rich Robinson, he knows to play the whistle. He's been around the game or two. He allows his team to get in front of the ball. Mike Tedites lays it off for Jack McDade. He'll cut it back. He cuts it over. Rarely do you hear Micah Hostetter raise his voice. He was raising it there. Couldn't believe the call on this near side. It's tough for us to see. We hold the ball, must cross the line, as they say. We'll get restarted here. Danny Rowe has had a lot of work to do here in this midfield. He gives it up. Allows Rich Robinson to get on the ball. Lays it off for Mike Tedites. He could have a shot. He does! And it's wide. That one a screamer, though. Had I been on target, that would have been easily into the back of the net and an easy increase to the score line here. Kiefer. To Derek Ramirez. Andrew Cox now. And there it is. Great for Hollinger. On a foot race now with Bretlinger. He's able to beat them substitute on substitute. An easy push back to the keeper. O'Sullivan commits the foul in the center of the park. Gives the ball away. You can hear the leaders for Alloy SC saying, come on, keep your head. No unnecessary fouls. We're still in this. Let's keep going. Let's get one back. That's the kind of leadership you need on the pitch when your team is down 3-0. Ascioli. Wilson. Playing the triangles well, the one-touch passing sublime. Axman to Malor. Bretlinger. Another USL 2 man as well. Jack McDade to Malorder once more. To Dietz. The amount of acceleration Dietz has is insane. Here's Bretlinger past a couple of challenges. He moves it to the center, but it's Micah there to put in a strong leg to just lift it up. Wilson is the one, though, to bring it down. He goes down maybe a little bit easy, so no foul is called. Duina has to do well, finds Josiah. Once again, Josiah just giving up the pass, not clean enough. Andrew Cox, he gets pushed to the dirt. A quick restart here. Now the tension building for both sides as each feels foul should be called their way. It's Hollinger. He can run at one. He goes one-on-one via Axman. That first touch, though, trying to get around Axman, allowed the defender to take the right position. He wins the ball back. Here's to Dietz. He gets that one plucked away by Derek Ramirez. Andrew Cox. Josiah. He tries to move through two, and they shut the door firmly in front of him. Hollinger lays it off to O'Sullivan. A nice chip into the box to Josiah. He has a man to beat. Axman doing well enough to force that one away. Here's Andrew Cox once more. Sullivan could have a shot here. Tries to lay it off to Duina. Ridge doing ever so well for the hold-up play, allowing his team to find shape and maintain possession. That is what you need to do. It's not always about running forward, taking on every defender in the book. It's about keeping possession for your squad and allowing you to reset and find your tactics in the match. Here's Jack to Joe. Malor. To Dietz. He tries to move Ridge into an offensive spot. The wily captain might not have much legs left in this one. You can feel a substitute maybe coming for him soon. Right now, though, it's Hollinger for Alloy SC. The whole of the pitch moving with him, though. He crosses that one into the back post. Wilson rises up. It falls to the feet of Sullivan. You'd think you'd have a shot. And that one, a huge sliding challenge from Ryan Knoll. Sullivan maybe a little bit of hesitation on these long-range shots. Sometimes maybe just make the keeper think about it. Ridge trying to keep that one in, unable to do so. Josiah, his number has been called the 12-goal man. The leading goal scorer for the side in green, now called to the bench. Desperate times, though, call for desperate measures. This is once again one of those substitutions that allowed Derek Ramirez to move to the middle of the pitch. Andrew Cox tried to turn with that one, unable to do so. That's Keeley to Ridge Robinson. That one poked away by Duina. Hollinger. Adeletta tried to move that one on. It's Jack McDade, though. Steve Thompson, number 18, has entered the match for Josiah Ramirez. He'll be now the left outside back. Axman to the Dietz. I mean, there's really no incentive for the Predators to move forward. They're firmly in control of this match, being up 3-0. But we know it's been drilled into them to score as many as they can. There's a nice, well-worked ball over the top. Mullen has to be out like a shot. And he picks it up. That was a beautiful ball over the top there. Ridge was almost onto it. Hollinger. Adaleta couldn't chase after that one. He was offsides. If he was the first to touch it, it would have been called. Here's Wilson. To Jack McDade. To his brother Joe. Axman on it now. Bretlinger. You can see the Predators just kind of taking the sting out of the ball. Just really just passing around the back five. Just maintaining possession. Making Adaleta, Danny Rowe, and the like work for it. Look how much space Axman has here. He could just stand on this. He doesn't have to move it forward for an instant if he doesn't want to. Alloy maybe had a little bit of a loss what to do here. How do we press when the passing's so good? You can see Danny Rowe trying to go for it and immediately is coughed up. Ascioli. Ascioli now lays it off for Jack McDade. He clips it on. Ridge Robinson, though, was offsides. Steve Thompson to Kiefer. O'Sullivan now. Hostetter has to rise to meet this one. He's looking for a friend. The wind may be whipping, but the wind in the sails for Alloy maybe non-existent, but Andrew Cox maybe giving him a little bit of life here. He moves it out wide. Hollinger, slipping ball here to Steve Thompson. He moves into the box. Bretlinger there to meet him, and he sends that one out for a corner. I believe this might be the first corner of this half for Alloy SC. They're only the second of the match. That's any indication of how this one has been going. Though the last time they had a corner, it was very dangerous. Andrew Cook was called into action on it. It's Derek Ramirez standing over it now. It's an in-swing ball to the near post. Doesn't get past the first defender. Andrew Cox, though, is there. Here's O'Sullivan. He sloops it to the back post. Andrew Cook, he snatches that right off the head of the opposition. Well, contested ball there from the goalkeeper. Wilson to move it on. Ridge. He can hold off a couple challenges. He does a step over and a flick up as well, and into the middle of the pitch. He gets flung to the dirt. That's a yellow card there for O'Sullivan. That's just a frustration foul that he got worked by Ridge. That's 2 yellow cards now here for the side in green. Wilson. Folks, as a reminder, we are running our Game of the Frame Goal of the Month for May competition. The winner will receive an air case by Salt Athletic. This could be a Goal of the Month by Ascioli! Off the post! The woodwork coming in to save Alloy SC. That's a fine challenge there from the substitute. Wow, that could have been one for the ages. But make sure you head over to @GameandFrame on Instagram to vote for your favorite goal from the month of May. There have been 3 goals so far in this one. Can Alloy get one back? An early cross there blocked out from Tanner. And there's to Dietz. Predators just kind of content to work it in their own defensive third. Passes still have to be clean, though. That one intercepted. Here's Derek. To Andrew Cox. He's going to have a go from distance. That one barely wide. Seems maybe that's the only way they can have an attempt, is from that long-range effort. to Dites. He sends it all the way back to Cook. Folks, we will have our Delaware River Conference Champion Trophy presentation after all is said and done, depending on who wins this one. If we had the win probability graphic, it would probably be mostly in favor of the side in white, but it is the game of soccer, so you never know. Goals can be scored in an instant. Alloy just needs to get the possession back. Right now, though, it's been all Westchester. Ryan Knoll offsides once again. We're in the 86th minute of this match. Don't believe there will be much extra time in it. Hasn't been too many stoppages of play. No injuries, thank goodness. Hollinger. Dallied on the long, on the ball just a little too long, and Mike Tedites was there to say thank you very much. He takes it for a side. And here's that patience and discipline from the Predators, knowing their shape is better, their passing is better. Here's Ryan Knoll. Askeoli. To Bretlinger. Finds Tedites. They move it back to the defensive line. You can see maybe the belief in the eyes of Alloy has kind of been drained a little bit. Not as willing to get back in a position to maintain the shape to chase after the ball. That's exactly what the Predators want. They just swing it back and forth, a pendulum hypnotizing you to sleep, and then they strike. Here's Ridge. To Dites. Back to Axman. Who is providing the press? Who is making the Predators make a mistake? That's what Alloy needs right now. Dewina. Derek Ramirez to Andrew Cox. There, quick as a shot, but even quicker there is Andrew Cook. He was reading that one all the way. He rolls that one out to Ridge. That's the thing, the pressing tactic is a little bit lacking here for Alloy, and if you're not forcing the Predators to make a mistake, they won't. Danny Rowe with a little bit of life in his legs. Askeoli, though, is there to get the ball. Derek Ramirez. This might be a final substitute of the game, and it will be for Danny Rowe. You can see just didn't have the legs in him to chase after the ball there as part of the front three for the side in green. Maybe this pair of fresh legs will help the case. And this will be number 34, Owen Shea. He gets involved quickly. Here's Hostetter. He hoofs that one to change the pace of play. Thompson to Andrew Cox. He lays that one off to Ramirez, who could go one time with it. He sets himself up. That pings of a number of white bowling pins, but it falls neatly to Cook, and he'll hold on to it. Axman surveying, finding. Tough touch there from Tedites. He spills that one, but Andrew Cox sliding to force it out of bounds. O'Sullivan now from the defense to the offense, saying, I've got something left to give, coach. Ramirez a little frustrated on that tackle. That one called. Jack to Bretlinger. Axman. See how they weave it from the front to the back, back to the front. And here's Brettlinger. Only has one man beyond him, and it is Ryan Knoll. Didn't even expect the ball to get there, but it did. Ryan Knoll had enough to put it in the back of the net. Redirected it wide. Folks, we're in the last few seconds of this match. It looks like it will go the way of Westchester. And if it does, we will have a trophy presentation for you right here on Game and Frame. So it is one you want to stick around for, as the team in white will host and hoist the trophy above their heads. Rich Robinson a little bit worse for wear after that tackle. You can see him wincing in pain. But he'll feel all the sweetness in the world as his team wins the Delaware River Conference Final with a scoreline of 3-0. Another statement win of supremacy for the side in white. They are your conference champions and will move on to the national finals. Folks, I'm Phil Bodo along with producer and cameraman Nick Kraus. We thank you so much for joining in this finals presentation. Stick around for the trophy show.
Paul is going to go for a long-range shot. Oh my word! It's astonishing! Explosive! Unreal! Gianna Paul!
Back out wide. The step down Monarchs looking for the opening goal! Goal! Outrageous! Seth Powder with the opener!
Similar spot, just barely earlier in the half. Zilonka, same setup, 2-1. Zilonka goes straight in. He beats Fontes to the near post. And Hudson Valley Hammers in the last few minutes have flipped the score and now lead by 1. It's 2-1.
Had to do better with the pressure. Nice. Flicks it back. Lovely. And away he goes at pace. For Song. No, it's for Knight. Does he find Song? Yes, he does in the middle. Song alone and rolls it ever so gently past Meta. Tremendous link-up play from CPR, who string passes together like beads on a friendship bracelet. And the resulting finish, blinking you'd miss it, but just so sweet, so nice.
To get the ball away from danger for the moment. But the Lions can come with a shot's taken, and it's in the back of the net. What a finish! From nothing! What a goal! A loose pass sees the ball fall to the New Jackson Lions midfielder.
Despite being pressed by 2, it was as calm and cool as ever. And she already has 1 goal to her name. Oh, it's a second from outside the 18-yard box! Goal! Brooklyn City!
Weaver with the recovery run, pokes it, waiting for the advantage to goal, and it's a goal! A long-range ripper! Number 23, substitute Yoder, puts the home side up yet another goal.
Ryan Yesco driving up towards Saramago. That's clever. Ryan Saramago specs a shot. Oh my word! It's an absolute worldie by Captain Fantastic. The Tomcats are in the lead again. Audacious, stupendous.
And this is Mika back to Rio once again. Rio takes a long shot, and Rio, what a goal! From as far as you can see, what a banger to beat Mejia's post. And Red Hook have tied things up.
Bodic, they know what it means. They know they need these 3 points. Bodic's shot is in the back of the net! Bujeni Bodic at number 31! He grabbed the ball almost 30 yards out and he slams it into the back of the net!
Nearer, even, excuse me. Nico turning nearer, letting fly, decently caught. Spectacular equaliser for New Haven. A rocket from Gilhame Mira.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
actually do the double for both regular season and playoffs. So congratulations. Yeah, boys! And I'll be going to the Final Four to represent the Delaware River Conference here in 2 weeks. So congratulations. Yeah, boys! Thank you. Appreciate Dowling. Great work through the season. Always looking at the scores to see where you guys are. And really respect all you guys for what you do. Thank you very much. All right? And Rich, our captain, has done so much work. Great to come into the league and have a good, successful season here against the region. Done a great team. Thank you. Bring it in.
Welcome back, Game and Framers. Phil Boda here with Captain Ridge Robinson, who just hoisted the Delaware River Conference trophies. We have a couple of questions for him. My friend, how's it feel to lift that cup?
Yeah, that's why we're playing the game here. We play to win. This is, as I said a couple times, this is the first step. Our goal is to win national championship, but you got to get through this stage to do it. So we're really happy where we're at. Absolutely.
And Ridge, you had one of the 3 goals for your squad there, set up by Charlie Wilson. How did it feel scoring that goal?
Yeah, I've been on a bit of a slump. The team has been carrying me, and I was really happy. I mean, Chaz did amazing on that work, so it's his goal. I got the credit, but it's all him on that one.
And that's why you wear the captain's armband, my friend. Final question here. Who would you like to shout out while we have you on the cast?
I would love to shout out my friend, Håkon. He traveled from Norway. He is right here. He is my co-founder of my company, and I'm so happy he's here.
All right, what a fantastic shout out. Well, thank you so much, Ridge. Congratulations once again on the win. Game and Framers, we'll see you next time.